Summer 1492. After 3 months at sea, the Santa Maria, the Pinta, and the Nina anchor off the Bahamas. Europe has found the Americas. Next comes conquest and colonization by settlers who remake America in their image. They advance and destroy. But there is another story about the animals and plants they bring here. And the natural treasures they find here. And how the Americas are completely transformed. It all began 500 years ago. It's 1491. A year from now, Christopher Columbus will set foot on this quiet beach. What's here before he arrives is a world of unbelievable natural wealth. Two vast continents teeming with life. More than 600,000 miles of coastline are surrounded by pristine waters. Shoals so dense, they're said to slow the passage of ships. Countless species number in the tens of millions. Inland from the Atlantic shores, great forests stretch in every direction. This new world is a land of stark contrasts. From the lush jungles of South America to the glaciers of the Arctic North and the Great Plains of the Midwest, where gigantic herds thunder across North America, there is room for caribou, antelope, bison, and the giant grizzly. In the sky above, flocks of birds nearly block out the sun as millions of pigeons, ducks, and geese cover the horizon. No one in Europe has dared imagine the magnificent bounty that exists on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. In 1491, Christopher Columbus stands on the coast of Spain, looking west. He dreams of leading an expedition to find a new trade route to Asia. Success will mean glory and riches for himself and the Spanish monarchy. In Europe, the nobles have grown wealthy by trading with the East. Spices and gold, gemstones and silk are the most lucrative goods. But Europeans have lost the Silk Road to the Turks, and foreign trade is in decline. The wealth of kings is in danger. Isabella, Queen of Spain, is desperate to find new routes to India, and she has a plan. Isabella is the most powerful woman in Europe, a continent of expanding horizons filled with competitive and inventive souls. For 500 years, they have been building castles, palaces, and centers of trade. Kings and popes have raised armies to fight each other and their enemies on Europe's borders. Nowhere else are rivalries so intense, gold fevers so widespread, religious fervor and business expertise as tightly wound as in Europe in 1491. Ideas are moving forward. Curiosity and the thirst for power pushes Europe's limits. Europe is a busy and crowded continent trying to feed a growing population of 100 million people. Natural resources are already exploited as land becomes scarce and overworked. Most of the peasants are farmers, working land that belongs to someone else, owned by the nobles or the church. Their main diet is bread and porridge, both made from harvesting grains. They plant rye or wheat in winter, oats or barley in the spring. And every third year, the field lies fallow to regenerate. They've learned to harness water and wind for power. It is hard work, but good for producing higher yields in smaller spaces. This agricultural revolution allows the European population to grow. With the help of one more important element: domesticated animals. Horses pull plows. Cattle provide meat, fur, and hides. The pig is a main source of meat and leather. And so too are sheep. And mules can pull a cart. Cows also give them milk, butter, and cheese. It is not only people that domesticate animals. The big five: horses, cattle, goats, pigs, and sheep domesticate the European landscape. They contribute to Europe's overcrowded conditions. In 1491, the Americas, too, are a crowded and prosperous place, but in a very different way. The Andes cradled a vast empire ruled by powerful god kings. Mesoamerica is densely populated and home to the most impressive civilizations on the continent. The Atlantic coast is filled with smaller villages and fields. And along the great rivers, great cities are built around monumental plazas. It is an ancient world, inhabited by 100 million people. Hunters and gatherers, fishermen and farmers, kings, slaves and soldiers. Down among the trees, where the Missouri, Illinois, and Mississippi rivers merge, lies one of the largest civilizations on the continent. The native Mississippians are mound builders, occupying a vast region from the Great Lakes in the north to Florida in the south. The first explorers thought these great mounds were natural, carved by retreating glaciers. Now we know that they are the centerpieces of cities. Cities like Cahokia. Busy trading posts of earth and wood, with populations of up to thousands of people. No one knows what they called themselves or what language they spoke. But we know why they were successful. These Mississippians are farmers. Their staple crop is fuel for the ever-growing population. It is a plant native to the Americas, unknown to the rest of the world. But corn is not a blessing from nature or a gift of the gods. This crop is the outcome of man's first feat of genetic engineering. Once they learned how to grow it, they could stay in one place. This simple diet translated straight into the energy to build a civilization.